when we look at the dissatisfaction in the workplace, the way that you can change that is being eventually having your own company, having your own business. Because if some people are familiar with the book Poor Dad, Rich Dad, or Rich Dad, Poor
Hmm.
Dad, right? That book, and in there he has a quadrant. He has the ESBI, right? On the one side, on the left side of the quadrant, it's an employee and a self-employed. Basically, a job that you go to, that you report to someone, or self-employed, you own a job. You're in business for yourself, but you still, there's no leverage. So on the other side of the quadrant, you have the business owner, right? And the investor. Now, I didn't come up with that. I think he was brilliant, of coming up with that quadrant to help people understand. Well, that only happens as you understand what happens with the E, the employee, the S as the self-employed, and then but level threes, you're really going into some kind of a business ownership.
There are probably some folks who maybe entrepreneurship's not right for them, but ministry might be, or nonprofit might be, where there's something that they want to do and to run that, maybe they absolutely love what they do as an employee, but they still feel called to lead and to cast vision, and they need the level 3 mindset and the resources, the capital deployment to put that ministry into action. And so, because I was just thinking, like, not everyone can be a business owner. Like, at some point, we have to have employees. But the nice thing is that there's this thing called time, and you have generations of people moving through the workforce and the marketplace. And business owners tend to be older. Employees tend to be younger. And so it doesn't mean you have to be an employee forever. It doesn't mean you have to be a business owner the moment you get out of high school or college. It's a journey for everyone. But I love what you're saying there, Mynor, and I want listeners and viewers to realize that, like, God is going to give you specific, calling or specific gifting, or just plant seeds in you that can blossom in all sorts of ways. But those seeds can't bloom until we start climbing these levels, climbing up that building of perspective when it comes to money. Is if all you're doing is dodging cars in the street, you're never going to get any kind of enterprise off the ground to have any impact whatsoever. And that's really what we ultimately want this to be about. It's more of the intrinsic turned extrinsic, which is tangible impact on a broken world where things are being made better through recreation and healing.